everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel and welcome to Flossmas Day 13. Right now I'm going to be going over my daily goals for the day, and I will start with Autumn Harmony, which as always I would like to do 400 stitches on her, just filling in more of this area that I've been working on. And then I will also be working on Cozy Winter Booknook, which is artwork by Rose Kahn and charted by Pain Free Crafts. My goal for today, it could be hard, it could be difficult, we will see. I would like to get to the flowers that I was talking about in my video yesterday, so I will insert like a picture of the image of like where the flowers are and all that. And so I am trying to stitch away from where I am and get to some flowers. So this is where I got to on it yesterday. I'm using the color 310 to try and stitch across the top because there is like strings of lights that I can easily follow. And then I need to figure out where the flowers are underneath the lights and then pick a color and stitch it down to the flowers. So I will be trying to do that today, is actually getting to the flowers. I did not realize, like, I knew this chart was big, but I didn't realize how big it was. So like, I realized, I looked at the mock-up and the part that I'm at right now, I'm not even halfway across the top row. So this chart is gonna be huge. Like, I was looking and the top row was like 12 pages or something like that. And it's like, this is a gigantic chart, and I knew that. But stitching it, you actually are like, wow, that's a lot. So like the page with the flowers, I think the flowers, like, it looks like a small detail in the chart, but I think it takes up like an entire page when I was looking at the Pattern Keeper mock-up. So I was just like, that's a lot. So that's what I'm going to try and do, is get to the flowers. This is on 25 count, 2 over 1 tent stitch, and then I'll be switching tomorrow and doing like a little Christmassy wheel spin thing, which I'll explain more tomorrow. And then I'll go back to working on that on Monday because I really want to keep working on Cozy Winter Booknook. And then I will also be trying to work on my sock. I need to work on sock number 2 and do the heel flap, and then get it caught up to sock number 1. So those are my plans for today. I will be back once I have done some stitching. I have now done my stitching on Autumn Harmony, and I did 400 stitches in this top section again, which is filling in nicely. And I got my stitching done early. Normally I am finishing it like right when it's time to go get my kids, and I still have like an hour and a half. So I will be switching to Cozy Winter Booknook now, and that means I'm going to have a little bit extra time to work on it today, which is very exciting. So one thing I did is I counted out to try and figure out where those flowers are in the chart and see how far I need to go. So I think that in the top row with the lights, I need to go to about where that needle is. So I need to go over, I think it was like 16 more squares of the gridded fabric. And then I counted down from there to see where the flowers were, and where was it? I marked it with a dot. So I think that the flowers, where is it? Right there is where I think the flowers are going to be. So I have to go quite a ways, and I want to stitch my way to them and not just count there, because I'm so worried that if I was to just count, I would somehow miscount and mess up. So I want to stitch my way to that dot, but yeah, it's pretty far away from where I am. So I will be going and getting to stitching and seeing if I can get to the flowers today. Alright, so I haven't started stitching yet, but I just realized that I miscounted. And the reason is because I thought the flowers were in the wrong spot. So I thought the flowers were here. That's not the flowers, that's the clock, and the flowers are here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch the lights. Whoa, don't move the thing. I'm going to stitch the lights over here, over to here, and then there's this black line that goes this way, and then I'm going to stitch to the clock, and then I'm going to stitch down to the flowers, and I think that is how I'm going to get there. But it's very far away from where I am, so I need to get to stitching and see if I can make it here today. I am back with an update on Cozy Winter Booknook, and I am done stitching for the night, and I managed to do 1,200 stitches, so I am happy with that. And I was following this string of lights here using the black 310 to try and make it to the flowery area that I wanted to be at. So I stitched all the way over, just going. And then I had to switch colors because the black here ended and there was this gap. So I stitched some of this brown, and then I found the black again, and then I went down down. And I made it to the flowers. So this here is the clock, which, like I said, I originally for some reason was thinking that was the flowers. It's not. There's a clock. And then I found the flowers, so I got to stitch all these pretty like pinky colors, and so that was really fun. And I am happy with where I am on this now because I feel like I'm getting myself to a point where eventually I'll be able to kind of move around the chart more and stitch on different objects. You know, if I want to stitch on a cat or a mouse or some books, or like there was like a little pumpkin on the shelf. Like there are tons of things in this chart, so it's going to be really fun if I keep stitching around the chart and then have little areas that I can work on. And then on my sock, I stitched on the heel and I finished the heel flap on sock number 2. So tomorrow I will do the heel turn and then I will be back to stitching with like the stripy color again. So that was my stitching progress for the day. I am very happy with it. And tomorrow I will be making a wheel of like winter and Christmas projects, and over the weekend I will be spinning the wheel every 500 stitches, so that means I'll be working on multiple projects in a day, hopefully. And I'll also just be watching some little Christmassy movies, so I'm just gonna have a little Christmas crafty movie weekend, and I will be back with an update on that in Flossmas Day, what is that going to be, 14? And I'll see you all then. Bye!